Hello everybody and welcome back to Gold Cup Cards. My name is Rich and today is the first episode in a new series called Rookie Watch. In Rookie Watch, I'll be taking an in-depth look at some of the most exciting players who have had a rookie card released for the 23-24 season. I'll be taking you through their profile, their style of play, their international and domestic form, how their cards have performed, and finally, do they make a viable investment for the future? So stick around. If you haven't already guessed from the clues from the thumbnail, the first player to be featured in this series is Yankuba Minteh. Yankuba Minteh plays for Brighton and Hove Albion. He's from the Gambia, he's 20 years old, he plays off the right wing and is left-footed. Minteh began his career with Odense in Denmark at the age of 18 in 2022. After one very successful year, he was snapped up by Newcastle in July 2023 for €7 million. Newcastle immediately loaned him out to the reigning Dutch champions Feyenoord, who at the time were managed by the new Liverpool boss Arne Slot, where once again he put up impressive numbers. He joined Brighton this summer for £30 million. Newcastle, it's been reported, was sad to see him go, but they had to comply with the PSR. While Newcastle may have rather have kept hold of him, they did have Anthony Gordon and Harvey Barnes, who are more experienced in the Premier League, so it does make some sense. Minteh is extremely lively. He's got quick feet and pace to burn. He doesn't really fit the modern day mould of a winger, an inverted winger like your Bernardo Silva. He is far more direct, which we can see here. These are some statistics taken from his 23-24 season with Feyenoord. You can see he likes to get wide, receive the ball, and makes a beeline for the penalty area. He's a left-footed right winger, so he's always looking to cut inside onto his strong foot. Takes opponents on 1v1, backs defenders up to the edge of their own area, and can go either way. You can see how he absolutely dominated in the Eredivisie that season. But they're not just stats for stats' sake. He has an end product. These are his match stats for Feyenoord last season. 27 played, 10 goals, 5 assists. 7 of those goals came after January, so that's when he really turned it on in the second half of the season. He's not just brilliant attacking, he's also ranked first for tackles won in the attacking third of the pitch for players who completed 590 minutes or more. So let's talk about his recent form. He has just recorded an assist for the Gambia versus Tunisia in their AFCON qualifier during this international break. He, at domestic level, has started all 3 games for Brighton. He has recorded 1 assist in their 1-1 draw with Arsenal. He was actually the one who latched onto the through ball, getting in between Saliba and Gabriel. His shot was saved, which then fell to João Pedro to tuck away. So he started all 3 games with Brighton this season, but he's yet to finish one. He's getting about 60 minutes a game. I think in the first game, he was taken off early with a slight knock. But that could be down to, his inexperience in the league, his age, his energetic style of play, his explosiveness. So maybe the manager is just trying to protect him and they've got, viable backup options off the bench through Adingra. So when we're assessing a player as a viable investment option, we have to not just look at them as a player, but we have to look at the team they're playing for. Because obviously if their team is what gives them the platform to go and perform. So let's take a look at Brighton. No European competitions for Brighton this season after finishing 11th place last season, which will lighten their workload, gives them the best chance to perform well in the league, which, apart from the Champions League, is the place where most collectors' eyes go. We saw both Brighton and Newcastle struggle domestically during the season, which they had European football, so no such distractions this season. Good news for Minteh. But I mean, the flip side of that is obviously he's not playing Champions League football, which would put more eyes on him. So that might hinder his cards a little bit. Another risk for Minteh's cards is that Brighton have a young and inexperienced manager in the Premier League, which could filter down into the team's performance. They might not be able to give Minteh, the freedom that he would need to perform well. But they seem to have started very well this season. They've picked up 7 points from 9 after meeting both Arsenal and Man United. The philosophy and the style of play of the team seems to be a continuation of the philosophy that De Zerbi left behind. But ultimately, 3 games is not a large enough sample size to draw any conclusions. Only time will tell to see if Brighton can maintain and prolong this amazing start to the season. Another negative for Minte's cards is that he plays for the Gambia. They are not a relevant country. They're not going to win anything. They are currently ranked 132nd in the FIFA World Rankings. To put a European comparison on that, they are a couple of places above Lithuania. They lost all of their games at the AFCON earlier this year, including a 1-0 loss to Guinea. The only positive that can be drawn from this is that he is Gambia's star player. That's a risk to Minte's cards because he's not going to get the plaudits. He's not going to get the attention that playing for a well-established powerhouse nation like your Argentinas, like your Germanys, like England, like Spain. You're just not going to get the kind of attention that you need to really push the prices of your cards up. And even if he did play really well with the Gambia and they somehow got through to the later stages of an AFCON tournament, do people, does the market really care? I don't think so. The only chance of his card prices being supported by playing for the Gambia is if they somehow qualify for a World Cup and they somehow make the later stages and perform heroics just like Morocco at the last World Cup. But even then, we've still got years to wait for that to happen. So let's talk about his card sets. He is in no Panini product that I can find at the moment. He is only in Topps products, but he's in a lot of them. He is in Chrome, he's in Sapphire, he's in Finest, he's in Museum. It's good news that he's only in Topps products. This could put, a temporary ceiling on how many rookie cards he has, but we do not know what Panini are going to do. In all likelihood, they will release a rookie card for him next season, which, we can see his rookie cards double. And as we all know from our economics class, if you increase the supply and demand stays the same, price must fall. The positive that I can think about of having a Panini Prizm rookie release for him next year is that he will be in a Brighton shirt, which will appeal more to the market than him in a Feyenoord shirt. So let's look at his current card prices and his card price history. I searched eBay for Minte, Chrome and Sapphire. I've only searched these two because I believe they're the more premium sets that he's featured in. And these are the only ones that I could find numbered to 50 or lower. First, we've got a Sapphire Orange, numbered to 25 for approximately £75. And we've also got a Sapphire Gold, numbered to 50 for approximately £45. These options do not seem too enticing considering that a Sapphire Gold to 50 was recently sold for £7. There's also this Chrome True Gold that went for £15. I think both of these are good deals. I doubt many people have heard of him at this point as the season had not started when this True Gold was sold. I think his prices are going to go up after some impressive performances. I personally will be looking out for him. I'll be keeping a close eye on him. So as we can see, there's not much movement in his card market. A lot of what I found on eBay was Finest, or, it's Chrome, but it's really high numbered. So hopefully that means that a lot of decent cards are out in the wild still. Hopefully they're waiting to come onto the market and they can be snapped up at really decent prices, I think. He's still an unknown quantity, I believe. So there's an opportunity there still to grab good deals on him. If I saw another Chrome Gold for £7, pop up, I think I'd be taking a stab at it. But let's take a look at my ratings to draw conclusions to see if he is an investable option. I'm sure you can tell by now, I rate Minte very highly. He is direct, he is pacey, he is skillful. Who wouldn't want to watch a player like this in the Premier League? So I'm giving Minte 4 out of 5 stars. However, I am skeptical about his potential as an investable option or prospect. Minter playing for the Gambia at international level is obviously a negative. Minter playing for Brighton at domestic level has its pros and its cons. Con being that Brighton don't have a super huge following, but that does allow a little opportunity and room for prospecting with him. A lot of players have arrived at Brighton with little to no reputation and then made big moves to big clubs. We're talking about Caicedo, we're talking about Cucurella, we are talking about Trossard, we're talking about Alexis McAllister. They're a team that take these players, nurture them, and then turn them into big stars for other teams. They're basically a feeder team. So if you can get in when they're still an unknown quantity and wait for them to develop and make these big moves in the future, that's when, collectors really start to pay attention to them, when they're playing for a top 4, big 6 club. Another disadvantage that his cards have are that he is in so many sets. Like I listed them earlier. We've got Chrome, Sapphire, Inception. We've got Merlin, which I assume he's going to be in. That's just for the moment. That is without the threat of Panini adding their own rookie card for him next season. So while I think he's a fantastic player with a lot of potential, I just can't see his cards having that much potential. So I'm going to have to give him 3 out of 5 stars on that one. The only thing keeping him at a 3 stars instead of a 1 or a 2 is that his cards can still be picked up relatively cheaply. Like a £7 gold chrome, that's pretty decent. There's room for that to go up. There's not much downside from there. I mean, what's the worst? You're going to lose like £7. That could like easily 10x if he has a superstar season. I know it sounds easy, like, oh, he just needs to have a superstar season, but the history is there. He's made it good at 18 in the Danish league, went to Feyenoord, made it good again, made it with him, like, stats are off the chart. He listed first out of 4 out of 5 of those statistics. His heat map and his ball progression, they're just insane. But I know he's in a harder league. But even in these first couple of games in this harder league, he has looked like the real deal. While I do believe that he has got a lot of potential to be a great player in the Premier League, I just can't get past the print run. It always comes back to the print run. If there's so much product in the marketplace and there's only like a set level of demand, it's always going to drive the prices down. So while he's got a lot of potential as a player, he's not got that much potential as an investment. But he is a player that I will be keeping an eye on, and I will be looking at his card market. I'll be keeping a close eye on it. So if anything major does happen, I will be bringing it to you in a new video. So that's the end of the video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. As always, if you have any comments, please leave them down below. I'd really like to know if you think Ikuba Minte is going to be a star, or if there's any other players, any other rookies from the 23-24 releases that you'd like to see in one of these rookie watch videos, please comment down below. Don't forget, guys, if you do need any sealed wax, please check out www.goldcupcards.com. I've currently got the 23-24 Prizm hobby box on sale for £225. That is the cheapest that I can find it anywhere. So please check out the website. If you want to have a look at any bulk orders, please DM me, and I'm sure we can come to an arrangement. We've also got slabs and singles on there. So, yeah, please check me out. Follow my social medias. I'm on Instagram and TikTok. Search Gold Cup Cards and you'll find me there. Thank you very much, guys, and I'll see you next time.